Hey everybody, Syleena Johnson is here. Hey Syleena.
Hey, what's poppin', Dr. Sean?
Me do my happy dance. Oh,
Hey,
hey, kill it. Syleena, let me tell you something. You are now, you and I had never had a chance. That's bad English. We never had a chance to work with each other before the Democratic National Convention. That was the first time.
Right.
I know, because you're on every Monday night with Claudia Jordan with the Queens, and everybody watches the Queens and loves the Queens. But you did the Democratic Convention, and both of us were doing commentary. And let me tell you something about you. I thought because I never worked with you before, I thought you were absolutely hilarious and witty. And what I mean by witty, like to me, witty is that mixture of sarcasm, intelligence, and humor. And you had that. And I thought to myself, like her. I like her.
Thank you. The feeling was very mutual. I said, Dr. Sean is very funny. He got jokes and he knows some stuff. Like, you were really turning up. And I really like too how like all your comments were just very common sense stuff. It was just like, as a matter of fact. And I was like, right. And then he was throwing the Lord, and then I was like, right. Come on, Jesus.
No, Syleena, one time you said, Lord, today. I said, Syleena been to church.
My God, today.
So listen, in the spirit of that, let me ask you this. This is kind of a little churchy question before we get into the documentary. What are you grateful for as you, because you're in this moment in your life. I think you're about to go to another level. I think your career, your music, your witness, you're about to go to another level. I feel that. I feel like this documentary is the beginning of a whole new level for you. And I'm wondering, as you sit at this level, what are you grateful for?
Well, Dr. Sean, first of all, I'm going to receive all of that you just said. And I am just grateful. I mean, in terms of my career, I'm grateful for longevity. I'm grateful to be able to sit here and have a conversation about my career with you, to be able to do that still after 25 years in this business. So I'm definitely grateful for that. But, in my personal life, I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful that everybody is okay. I'm grateful that no one that I loved passed away from COVID-19. No one was a victim of these social injustices, and not to say, that's on them that they were, because it's horrible. And I definitely suffer from PTSD based on what I've witnessed in media and on television and in this world and everything that's going on. But I am grateful that God decided to cover my family, and I'm grateful that that wasn't our path. So, I'm just grateful to have my family and be okay and have my health, and they have their health, and that we're okay. Because at this stage in the game, that at the very most, really, that's all, the very most, and I don't even say least, but at the most, that's what all of us, that's all we can do, because every day something awful happens. Yes. And so, I'm just grateful that so far, Jesus, knock on wood, that, God has decided to have mercy on me and my family.
Yeah, no, I'm with you 100% on that. I'm here for everything that you just said, because I think one of the ways of thinking about that is to suggest or to say that I'm not happy that it happened to you, but I'm so glad that it didn't happen to me. And that's because it could have been all of us. All of us could have fallen victim to this pandemic. And we don't know. You never know what it will do to your body. You never know how it will wreak havoc in your life. And so with that in mind, I want to ask you when I ask people this question, I usually only ask people this question when I really want to know the answer. I tend not to ask people about whom the answer I could give two damns about, but I mean it in this sense. In this instance, I should say rather. Who is Syleena Johnson? People think they know you because you have been in the business, you have been doing this music, you have been in the public eye for, like you just said, 20 years. You've been blessed to have this longevity. And I think when people see you all the time, they think they know you. But I want to know, how do you understand yourself, or what do you understand yourself to be? Who is Syleena Johnson?
When I tell you, Sean, you're turning up on these questions. So you got it going on tonight. That's a good question. The short answer would be I am every woman. And I think that when you are a celebrity, quote unquote, people think that there's some type of disconnectivity that, or some type of unrelated, way of living that I have that is not, is not synonymous to the average woman that wakes up every morning. But I am every woman, all of the things that women go through, I go through them. You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like they feel, I go through what they go through. I struggle like they struggle. I love like they love. I'm sad like they're sad. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that's the biggest misconception when it comes to being an entertainer or an artist or someone in the public, a public figure, that we don't have emotion or we're not affected by things. So I would just have to say, I'm just like everyone. Which is why, this documentary is so important to me, because it shows the humanity, it really shows, the relativity between myself and the average Black woman. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like the stuff we go through, I might deal with man in the music industry, but another Black woman who's an entrepreneur is going to deal with it in her, in her life, on her levels and what she's doing and so forth and so on. You could be a bank teller, you can work at the bank and still have to deal with male chauvinists and, sexism and all of that. You know what I'm saying? So I just, I put this documentary together to show, the heart of a woman and how it's relative to how I'm relative, how my lifestyle is synonymous to all women. And I think that I think that's really the truth for every single female artist that you can think of, from the Jill Scotts to the Erykah Badu's to the Brandys to the Monicas to the Beyoncés. We all getting up, going to the bathroom, brushing our teeth, washing our face, and going downstairs. Like everybody's doing that. That's not that ain't like a big, you know what I'm saying?
It's like a human thing, right?
Everybody's doing that. You feel me? That we're all part of the human race, and that should tie us together.
And I will see you a point and raise you a point. One time I heard my mother was scolding my sister, and she was trying to get her soul together, as my mama often did to both of us. And she said something I will never forget. She said, "Iris, babies are born, but women are made. And most of all, they are made by other women."
Come on.
I have never forgotten that. And so that brings me to your documentary. As soon as I saw the title, I thought of what my mama said, The Making of a Woman. My mama said, and you respond to this, babies are born, but women are made.
That is real talk, facts. And actually, I don't think that I came truly into my womanhood until my late 30s. And that's deep for a lot of women. A lot of these girls out here in their 20s and early 30s, they thinking they turning up, they think they know everything. For me personally, I didn't start really getting into my groove of understanding what I want, what I need, who I am, what I stand for. I didn't start coming into that until my late 30s, almost 40 years old. And that's just what time it is for me. And also for some of my friends and my sisters, and they'll tell you the same story, that when you look back, and if you're like in your 50s or 40s, you'll look back into your 20s and be like, my God, today I was very, very dumb, or I was not woke then. You really can't see it until you've already evolved past that point. And so for me, this really is the making of a woman. And I'll tell you, Sean, this album was created, I started working on it in 2018, and I was working on Sister Circle. And being a recording artist, we're kind of detached from worldly issues. So like, we know we got to vote, but we might not catch all the Democratic, debates, and we might not see, just real talk, because we're on the road, we're traveling. We know about world, the issues that affect us in our community, but we're not really paying attention to the outside communities. You know what I'm saying? But being a host on Sister Circle, I had to do an immense amount of research all the time, because Sister Circle was a hybrid. it was kind of like cocktails in the queen with the queen's daytime, so that's no cursing. But then like the news, like, you know, Chris Cuomo, you know, so it was like both. So I had to do research, and it really opened my eyes to how much stuff that women have to deal with. You know, how much abuse, how much disrespect, you know, just starting with illegal pay, not paying us the same for the same job, sexism, trafficking, you know, just discrimination, so many things, obesity, diabetes, you know, stillbirths, doctors not taking us serious, all the issues that Black women have had to deal with, and women in general, really, who have had to deal with in this world. Really, my eyes was open to it because of the research. And so that's why I wrote the album Woman, because I feel like we're misunderstood and we're not heard, because I feel like every time we're passionate about something, or we complain about something, or have a say about something, we're being a bitch, or we're complaining, or, you know what I'm saying? We're not taken seriously. We're just taken, especially Black women, because they say that we're angry. Well, really, we're just passionate and want to get our point across. And so,
and hurt. How about that?
And heard. And in this documentary, that's what I hope to shed light on. You know what I'm saying? That we're tired, and it's not anger, it's fatigue. We're tired, and we want to be heard, and we want to be able to ask for things that we want and not be penalized. But just like a man does, you know what I'm saying? And not be a man to do it, but be a lady and ask for things that we want to, and be able to speak our mind.
Yeah, no, that's rich. I'm here for everything you just said. And I hope every woman, no matter what race she is, but especially every Black woman I hope that all of my viewers who are Black women have heard you tonight in powerful ways. Listen, I got to take a break because I want to talk more about the documentary when we come back, but you have already helped us. I'm telling you, we got to do this more often. Gotta have you on.
We got to let tell the people what time it is.
I try to tell them, they don't listen to me. But we'll take a break.
See, they don't listen to us. So it better be you.
We'll be right back.
They ain't gonna listen to me.
Syleena's gonna get us in trouble, but we'll be back. Come on, Syleena, happy dance. Come on. We're back. We're back. We're talking to Syleena Johnson tonight about her amazing documentary, which will air tonight right after Claudia Jordan Out Loud. Stick around and make sure you watch this documentary, The Making of a Woman. You will not be disappointed. In fact, you'll be blessed. It is for everybody. Syleena, I wanted to give you a chance to speak to that because we talked about this a little bit during the break. Someone had asked you in one of your IG interviews, conversations about what's your biggest fear about the documentary, and you said what?
My biggest fear in putting this documentary together is that men will think that it is to negate them, is that men will think that it's bashing them, or that men will think that it's not for them. Which is the biggest misconception. The whole reason why I created the Woman album was not just for women to feel empowered and to be like, right, yes, but for men to say, okay. So I did it to create understanding with both genders. So this documentary, I was showing the documentary to my background singers, and they're both men. I have an all-male band. And the first thing one of my background singers said was, man, I've been around you all these years, and I just really kind of realized what y'all be going through. Like, women, y'all really got it hard. This was crazy. And so it was enlightening for him, and it wasn't negative. I'm not bashing men. I love men. I think Black men are the bomb. Like, I think y'all got it going on.
And we love you too. I'm
just saying, men are a good old time. I just don't condone men who are not men who are posing to be men. I'm not a fan of that, but I am definitely
males. That's what we call them. They're
males. Absolutely. Yeah. I'm definitely a fan of strong, amazing, secure men. Yeah. And so I was afraid, because anytime a woman starts talking about women, men automatically feel like our yes is their no. Our do's are their don'ts. That doesn't mean that. Just because I'm loving on men doesn't mean I'm hating on you. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't want men to think that. I think that this documentary is for them as well. And there are men in the documentary. I'm talking to one of my interviews in the video. I'm talking to Charlamagne the God. We're talking about a male-female relationship. So right. I just want people, that was my biggest fear. And I hope that I hope it doesn't come across as that, because it's really not.
Well, we're going to trust and believe that it won't, because that's not the intention. And what your intentions were good, and that's how it's going to be received. And what I want to ask you, because in that same spirit, I want to ask you, how do you want people to walk away from this documentary thinking and feeling? What feeling do you want me to have? Because I'm going to watch it. And how do you want me to leave this documentary thinking and feeling about myself, about women, about the world?
Well, for women, I want women to feel empowered. I want them to feel like it's okay to speak their mind and to ask for things that they want, and not be afraid or feel like they have to manipulate their way into situations, but to speak exactly and bluntly about what they want. And I want men to have empathy for us. I want men to have more empathy for Black women. I think that we have gotten caught up in this, I'm the strong, they've called us strong when it has been a death sentence almost. Being strong in a sense means that we don't need help. When the truth is, we need more help than anyone. We just don't have a choice. We have to muscle through. Just because we're muscling through doesn't mean we're strong. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't mean, that's like if a woman is carrying 10 bricks on her back, but she crying and screaming at the same time, are you going to look at her and go, man, she's strong? Or are you going to go, let me get these here bricks off your back, sister? Let me take a load off. And that's all we want, is for someone to look at our pain and try to, not fix it, but someone to look at our struggle and try to ease it.
Syleena, I call it the bondage of strength. The bondage of strength. Because you appear to be so strong. And whoever, you appear to be so strong that people presume your strength in moments when you're actually weak, and it becomes a prison for people to exist in. What's interesting about you, you are first of all, you're an amazing artist. Let's just say that. Originally you were signed to Jive, right?
That's correct.
Right.
Well, yes.
Did I get it right?
Yes. I just said yes. You know how the Zoom be taking me.
Oh, okay.
Be stopping and going places.
You're an amazing artist who's had an amazing journey, and you continue to have one. I'm wondering this, though. What do you know now that you wish you had known when you first signed that first contract all those years ago?
Oh, my goodness. That success is not overnight. I was 20 or 21 when I signed my first major record deal. I had already signed an independent deal with my dad at 17, but I signed my first major record deal at 21 years old. And I thought, because I'm getting ready to sign to Jive Records with NSYNC, the Backstreet Boys, R. Kelly, Joe Thomas, Mystical, all these huge artists on this label, Britney Spears, I thought, well, clearly my fate is going to be like theirs. Clearly I'm going to do this. I'm going to blow up just like them, and it's going to happen overnight, but that was not God's blueprint. That was not my path. My success has been slow and steady, and it really hasn't been based on numbers or statistics. My success that I've learned at 44, because I have no problem telling my age. I'm actually proud that I'm 44, but my success has come with my sustenance, being able to sustain, being able to be resilient, being able to think through things and conquer small feats, being able to, the successes have been multiple along the way. And I think it has made my life much more fruitful, being a mother, being a wife of 13 years and still being married, being able to stay married, what I'm saying? Being able to sit here again and now introduce a docu-series that I executive produced, So I just think that success is not, hey guys, shh. I just think that success is not, I thought that success was supposed to be that day. Like when I signed the contract, I wanted somebody to be like, here girl, here go your Grammy, It didn't happen like that.
Right, here go your Grammy, your Emmy, and your Oscar.
Listen, give me a Tony. Give me an EGOT. I want to be an EGOT on the day I signed.
I love that because one of my witnesses, one of my testimonies is that he took me the long way. And there's you a church girl, because I can tell you this. There's a great story in the Bible. I'll tell it real quick. It's a great story in the Bible of David's son had died and two messengers went out. One went the quick way and he left, but he didn't have the message the king needed to hear. The other one went the long way. And when he got there, he had the message that the king needed to hear. And the one that got there quick with no message, David killed him.
Wow.
And the one that
David was a gangster anyway.
but the one that came the long way, he hallowed him and he blessed him. And I've always used it as a metaphor for my life. It's okay if it takes longer, because sometimes the people that get there quick ain't got nothing to say.
If that ain't a word, then I don't know. You might as well drop the microphone right there. The ones that get there quick ain't got nothing to say. I'm here for that. And sing.
So listen, let me ask you this. I'm so excited tonight that Fox Soul gets to debut this docuseries that you've masterfully putting together. I'm excited that the audience gets to see you in a different light, because your fans see you every Monday on Cocktail with the Queens. And of course, you're doing your thing, but now they get to see another side of you. Tell me quickly a little bit about the other side, the side that we don't get to see on Monday nights.
Well, I'm pretty consistent. So
Facts.
You got a little piece of hood, you got a little piece of street. You got a little, but then you got your articulate side, and then you got, your diva side. I'm just a conglomerate of different girly things. You know what I'm saying? And some of them are not as girly. Some of them are very aggressive. But what you will see is a consistent heart throughout the entire piece, a consistent heart of intention. A consistent heart that wants to empower a woman. I've been writing records. I say this all the time. I've been writing records for women since I'm 15 years old. This is what God created me to do. I am a healer by nature. It is what I am. I'm an empath. My job on this earth, we all have our careers, but when God puts you on this earth, you are here for a service. So my service is to empower and to bring the message of women. And so that's what you're going to get from this docuseries or documentary, this 1 hour special tonight. This 1 hour debut tonight is the heart of a woman. And I believe, I've spent so much time with women. I come from, elevated woke women, what I'm saying? Women that have gone through things, war tested women, what I'm saying? I come from a lot of dope women. And so I speak woman. That's my language. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what I hope. I hope. I'm just saying, I just hope that it just evokes something really powerful for women and for men to understand. You know what I'm saying? Just give some strength on each way.
Yeah. Listen, I got to go. I can't believe the half hour went by that fast. I could literally talk to you for a couple of hours. You're charming. You're amazing. And again, my word for you is witty. You have that thing of sarcasm and intelligence and humor. Watch the docuseries tonight, beloved. It comes on right after Claudia Jordan, who's coming up right now.
That's my girl.
You can catch Syleena Johnson every Monday with the Queens. They're on right after my show every Monday night. So Fox Soul is really all about Syleena Johnson tonight. Watch the documentary right after Claudia. That's next. Don't miss it. Listen, Syleena, thank you for coming on. Anthony and Jaluka, thank you for being on earlier. Everybody have a good night. Be good to each other. Yay.